Hello! So I'm going to do this watercolor painting. Oh, and I just thought it was simple and cute. It's blurry on my other phone for some reason, but I just thought this is what we'll do today. I don't often use my own imagination because I don't really have one. So this is what I'm going to use. I have my paper here. I tried to like hide this thing and that thing, but I became unsuccessful. So I just have one of my kids' pencils, just cheap old kid pencils. I sharpened it really pointy, and I have an eraser, my daughter's eraser. And so when you write on your paper, try to get the side that has the most bumps. It's hard to tell when it's cheaper paper. Actually, I think that side has most bumps. So that's where it suctions the water in better. And if it's better quality paper, you'll see one side's bumpier than the other one. So you paint on the bumpy side. I'm going to start off by you go really gently with your pencil, because if you push too hard, then you will get indentations in your paper, and it will be hard. When you erase it, you'll see the leftover indentations. So I'm just going to make my line. It's a curve. And the way maybe I'll just show that in there just so you can have an idea of what I'm copying. And sorry if the lighting's not that great. I'm not a professional yet. So I'm going to zoom it in so you can see a bit better. And I will lock the screen, or else it will keep focusing differently. There you go. So I made my line. It's not perfect. I made another line here with two lines off of it. Let's just do that, like that. And it's kind of curving towards the top. And then I'll do another one here with a line going off of there. Let's do two on each branch, okay? And then here's another big one. It goes down this way. It'll not be the same. There's no two branches alike. Let's go two off that one. They're not touching, like they're not exactly the same place. And then here we'll have another little branch going that way. And then it looks like the picture just has a couple of them coming off of it. So I'll just do it like that. And then I will do this one come up a little higher. Little circles. Just very gentle with your pencil. Little circles. Happy circles. Ooh, that's a good idea. I'll turn that fan off. Didn't realize how loud it was. It was my dehumidifier. Extremely loud. So rude. Just kidding. So I'll make another circle here. They don't all have to be exactly the same size, but they're pretty similar in the picture. So I think this one has a little branch coming here with a branch coming off it. Circle, circle, circle. You can even have some half circles on it so it looks like they're hiding behind it. Like that. This one will have a circle here. I'll add one here. Happy circles. Just like Bob Ross would say. Did you know that Bob Ross actually got a perm to make his hair curly? And he wanted it to go back because he really didn't like the perm. But because that was like his trademark, his big afro, that he like kept it for the rest of his life. But he actually really didn't like it. There's a whole, wobbly. There's a whole thing on Netflix about Bob Ross. I have yet to listen to it. So I'm happy with these. I could add more later if I decide such. This here has a branch. The branch, wow, okay. It's not showing really well. Hold on. There you go. The branch goes like over top of the stem. So I'm going to try to achieve that. I'll lock my screen again. Okay. Put it up a little. There. So you can see it starts a bit far. I'm just going to do my own thing, okay? You just follow if you want. I'll start it right about here. So give it a good like finger distance here. And it'll go up and then over the branch. And I'm going to add a little layer of thickness to this stem actually. Very gentle with your pencils. Okay. And the branch When you put it over top, I will zoom ça in. I will go like that. So right now there's like a connection right here, but it's not, there's no lines in between. I will make my branch go all the way. Now it's going over it, so you'll see the stem will go behind it. You gotta be very gentle, very careful. See, so it's like the branch, oops, it's going over and behind. I'm gonna pencil in the leaves just because it's kind of like easier to paint to watercolor paint, especially to start off. Remember here, there's no line. It's easier to start off to color it than it is to just paint. So it's kind of like coloring in a coloring book, right? It's just the drawing's already there. So if you're not good at drawing, well, some people say, oh, I can't draw, I can only do breadsticks, people, wood stick people, whatever. But that's okay, just practice. I mean, you won't know until you really actually look at a picture and try your best to color it. And you're not gonna be perfect the first time. So this, oh, I keep hitting the leaf. Oh, I didn't even show that whole part, sorry. Gotta look at my camera at the same time. So here I have a leaf that's starting off on this side and it's going over top of it. So I'm gonna erase a bit of that. Make sure you go very gentle or else you don't want to see the pencil marks. Okay, so I'm making a funny looking leaf here, whatever that shape is, and so it looks like it's going on top of that branch. And here the other side will be just another funny looking one. I'm not sure what kind of leaves these are, but anyhow. Then up here I will have another leaf. It's going to go kind of behind these. Behind it, so you'll see after. And then I'll make another leaf right here. They're not perfect. It's okay. And then here we'll have funny leaf here. Alright, I can fix it later if I don't like it. And then down here, I will erase a little bit again, a little space. And I will go off big leaves up here. See how it continues off of it like that. Move your hand the direction you're going. It's easier. And in the picture there's like a little leaf coming off, a little whatever that is. And one up here. I should get a pointy eraser, but it's okay. And honestly, you want to make that a little skinnier. Just very thin, gentle line. I'll have a leaf coming off here. Just like a long seaweed looking thing. One coming off here. Uno hero. And like one top. It's a funny looking one for my shaky hand. Here had two little leaves coming off the stem part. That one will be in the back. Alright, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to pause it to get, oh actually here, hold on. Here we'll make a little branch. So make it just a little bit thick. Like such. Just make it branchy. You could do that at the beginning too, but okay, so zoom out. This is what we have so far, and I'm going to pause it, get my paint ready. Okay, so I filled up my water paint brushes. I got my small, medium, and large that I got from Amazon, and I have my paper to clean it, and I've got my paints that I'm going to use. It's very dirty because you can always reuse paint watercolor paint. So I'm gonna use my big brush, and just for this painting, squeeze your water in it. See, it's brand new, I haven't used it. And you don't push down to mess up the pores of the paintbrush. I'm just gonna squeeze and clean a spot for myself to paint. So I'm gonna dab it, clean it up. It's not gonna be perfect because I always reuse the paint in there. So just wipe it. So anyone who's OCD, I did that on purpose. I left that on purpose, just so you know. And then when you wash your paintbrush, you squirt the water and you do circles. You don't push it up and down. You don't want the bristles to be all messed up. So you squeeze it. There. That way you don't need a bucket of water or a pot of water to wash your brush. Just make nice circles until it's clean. Okay, so now that I have a clean surface, I like to use my small one just because it's smaller detail in the painting. I'm going to start with green. Now, I don't remember what kind. I think this is olive green. You squirt a bit of water in there. And I keep hitting my phone. Apologize, it's wobbly. And you can mix it in your water. Now, just really mix it in there. I should fill this one up. Mix it in there. And the more water you have in it, the lighter the color will be. So right now I want it really light because I will do layers. So fill that and just really gently go inside. I'm not squeezing. I don't squeeze on my paper unless I want to, but right now I don't. So really light color. And you paint in the leaves. You usually, when you paint, you always look at the lightest color in the picture. So I see light green, and I actually see some light purple in there too, but I'm going to start off with the light green. So you just fill in your leaves and your stem. I'm going to reuse this one so I don't have to be squirting more water or using more paint because it lasts a long time. And it doesn't have to be all the same color, like spread it. It's okay if it's not perfect. Oop. Now behind here, I'm going to go and not touch those things. Maybe I'll zoom in. I don't know. Will that help you? I don't know such things. Oops. Pushing with my finger, went off to the side. So careful to not get your hand into the other leaves. I could have started on this side, maybe would have made more sense. It's okay. It's all a guessing game. So lighter. Get some more. The bigger brush you have, the more paint and water will sit in it, and you could paint for much longer without having to dab into more. But I really want to just have this detail in here. So a bigger paintbrush would be harder to use. Okay, so I'm going to do the whole stem. Even over here, the stem. If there's some white left behind, it's okay because we're going to add other colors than just this green. This is, like I said, olive green. But use just any light green that you have. Even if you have the little palettes from the dollar store, that's okay. It's still beautiful. But I find that they dry, and then when you touch it when it's dry, it goes on your finger like chalk. So that's odd. So if you don't want your paper to be chalky after, well, dollar store ones might not be the best. So I'll paint this one green. I'm kind of running out of that paint, but there's still tons left. See how watercolor paint just lasts forever? That's why I went to this, because it only takes a little bit of space. It's much less messy. It doesn't stain like acrylic paint on your clothing and stuff, especially for kids. It washes out pretty good with water. And like I said, takes up much less room. But acrylic paint is beautiful, and I have a lot of paintings with that. But new stage in life, I suppose. So now I've got all these leaves all painted green. My stem is green. Now we'll let that dry, and we'll go into, in the picture, it's like black purple. It's really hard to see, and it's not focusing because I locked my screen. So I have this light purple here. I'm going to go into my light purple, go really into there and dab it here. And I squeeze a bit of water because I want it extremely, extremely light. Oh, I closed it. Okay. Then you go into each one and do, zoom in again, your purple. So I'm going to leave a little white circle in each fruit, whatever they are. You can even take your pencil and do like a little circle on the same direction of all of them. Maybe let's just do that a little. So they're all facing the top. So it's like the sun is on top. So we'll leave it white. I'm like shaky. Maybe I had too much coffee. Just a little ball like that. That way it'll be easier to know where to not paint. This is adding nice little sunshine detail. I'll go like that just so that they match. Okay. There. Now go back, grab your purple, light purple, and just go into there and don't touch the white. Where am I painting here? I can't see what I'm doing. I have to keep watching my camera to make sure that you can see that my painting is actually in the video. So going here. Oh, Landon just got home with Papa. Oh, golly, golly, gosh, I missed this little one here. There. Why am I so shaky? Goodness gracious. So fill that one. I'm just gonna finish this quick, then I'll pause it and go help them bring the groceries in. Just very light purple, because when it dries, we're going to do more layering. Where's my pencil? More layering. This one's not a full circle. It's bothering me. Okay, so we'll let that dry. The green's already dry by now, but I'm going to go help them with groceries and I'll be right back. All right, I'm done. That was truly a blast. Thank you, Jesus, for all that food. It was a blast from the past. So I'm going to wash my brush here. No. And I didn't really need to wash it because I'm going into a darker green. So whatever color was on it would have disguised. I will use, this is called forest green, I think. And I always mix my greens. So, oh, I keep hitting this thing. Use a different kind of phone holder someday. So this is forest green and olive green. I'm mixing them. But I want it darker. So I'm going to add a bit of black. You can also add brown. Makes a nice green. Brown and green. And dab of black. If you have a dark green, just use the nice green that you like. Just use that. I want this to be shady. So it's a nice green. Okay, that's probably enough. Now, I'm going to, hold on, I'm missing something. Wash the brush. Sorry about that. In the leaves, there's some purple. So I'm going to go back into the purple, make it darker. Okay, get that water in there. We'll use this green after. So this is, I just added a bit more purple into that water. They're mixing, but maybe I don't want them to mix, so I'm just going to dry off the palette here so it won't follow the water stream. There. I'm going to use this little bit of green in there. It does matter. It darkens the purple. And there's a bit of purple into the leaves, so very gently put only a little bit. In the leaves. This. I'm not going from the tip all the way down, just, oh, thank you, Johnny. Is that kombucha? Thank you. I'm making homemade kombucha. What flavor is that one? Oh. Oh, hibiscus and ginger. It's from the store. Probably be the next one he makes. So I'm just doing a bit of purple inside the leaf. I'm not going from the tip, just going right in the middle, just a splurt on each. You can barely even see it because it's so fine, but that's what I want. Just a touch of purple in each leaf. Down here. There. And was there anything in the stem? Maybe just a line. So just thin line of purple. Good enough. Oh boy, I'm not following. I've got to zoom out. I keep forgetting to. There. Now I'm going to go back into that green that I just made. And I will very gently, make sure you have your smallest brush for this, just go on the line, on the back, on the edge. And the sun is up here, so my shading will be on the far side. So I'm going to do just a dark line on the edge. Okay, back to the green. This is the sun will be shining on the top. I want it a bit darker, so I'm going to add a bit more black and a bit more green and a bit more brown. Okay. That's not much. Okay. This leaf, the bottom of the leaf, bottom of the leaf, why not? The bottom of this branch. The sun's shining on the top of the branch. That. And this one's in the back. I'm going to paint the whole thing. Looks like it's hiding. Now I will go add a bit more green, a bit too black, into the leaf. I will do just the bottom of the leaf. Now I had a lot of concentrated paint here, so I'm going to add water, wash the brush a bit. I should use my paper towel, but I'm going to use my hand. And since it's clean, I broke my paper towel. Hold on. There, I got a new one because I brought mine upstairs back. So wash your brush. So when you want to blend them, your brush will be washed, and you just pull it so you don't see that straight line. So there, I'm going to go back in the green. Go on bottom of the leaf, bottom line. I'll wash my brush again, squirt the water, wash it, and just pull very gentle. There. Just touch me here, add some green. And then here, I'm gonna do the bottom half of the leaf. Just imagine where the sun would be hitting if it was on the top. I'm going to wet my brush, because if I decide to blend them in the end, it won't blend as well because it will be dry. So you want it to be still wet. Okay, get some more green. This one, I'm going to put it at the bottom of the leaf. There. Oh, that. Here, I feel like I need more. Still have this much, but it seems like my color's fading. It doesn't matter if it's the exact same color or not. All the leaves will be a bit different shade, a bit different color. So I'm just going in my green, going in my black, going in my brown to get the color that I want. There. I didn't even add any water. I don't want it to be too watery. I want it to be darker. Here, now this kind of dried, so I'm going to make it a line again to make it darker. Bottom of this leaf. Okay, so I just did the bottom. Wash my brush. Seems like I'm wasting paint when I do that. Whatever. Just pull down, blend it. Back in green. Now this one is hiding behind, so I'm going to like that. Okay, make sure it's very dark under here. Perfect lines. So it went into the leaf. If you want to erase something, just push down with that. There. darker bottom of the leaf. We'll fix this leaf after, once the rest is dry, or else it'll seep into it. This one here, this leaf. Wipe my brush off, just wipe it enough. Then I'm going to go from the top and pull down, because I want the tip of the, I like the tip of the leaf to be purplish, right? Okay, get more green. This one will be vert comme ça. More dark on the bottom. And adding a bit more green, a bit more brown. Okay. Now this line here, I'm going to go, it's the bottom also. Bottom of this leaf, bottom of this one, and the bottom of this one. They're all very close, so I could do them at the same time. I wash my brush, and then I'm going to blend really quickly before they dry out and have this solid line. Very quickly. Push it with my finger. Green, green, green at the bottom, thin line. Now if you have a hard time making very thin lines, I would suggest you take another piece of paper and just practice. You know, you can put your pinky down and stabilize, or put your arm on something, or there's a lot of different tricks, but you could practice before. There's no harm in that. So this one, the light's up here, so I don't know, man, where the very thin line here. I'm barely even touching the paper, like as lightly as I can. The bottom here. These little thin little branches. I'm not making perfect lines. Zoom in. See how they're not perfect lines? It's just very light. Getting over here. Some green to dark green. Now these are dried, so I'm just adding another little line of dark green at the bottom of them. Good to me. Alright, now something to that effect. Let me see. Okay, now I have this dark purple. There's blue in it by accident, but I'm just gonna mix that in there. It doesn't matter. Woo. I'm gonna get my dark purple, squeeze some water in it, and I'll go into a corner of my palette that's not used too much. And I will zoom in here. These are very dry by now, so stop moving. I will go a little U around. Maybe I'll just do a U so that it's the outside of it and you still see. They're not all going to be the same, so you still see some of that light purple. Back into my, get that in here, back into there, and you. This one's behind it, so I'm just. This one's behind it as well. into that big one laughter. Laughter. I'm always worried that my videos will be, why is this so dark? Goodness gracious. Sorry about that. I've got to get a handle of this video taping business. I was worried that my videos are going to be way too long and nobody's actually going to sit through the whole thing. But sure, if it's too long, you let me know. There, and I'll go back into this one a bit. Darker, more darker. Okay, so it's not perfect, but okay. How do I feel about that? Should I go around them? Around it like a circle? Yeah, maybe I should. Look, the sun's there. It's probably good. Let's zoom out. Why is it so dark? Bad lighting. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna have to figure out this lighting ordeal. So sorry. So this is the painting. And then I think that's good enough for now. 30-minute video, I guess. I'll write my signature V. S. Vanessa Sunday. Let me pause it. This is what I have. I really am going to figure out a better lighting. This is really not that great. So I forgot this little green line here. When I do a video, I don't see everything very well, so that's it. Okay, there she is.